Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here. Welcome back to Fortnite and my first Let's Talk. So, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I like doing Let's Talks about Let's Talks about just things that are happening in games. And I want to do the first one today. I want to talk about talk about trading. I want to talk about scamming. I want to talk about scammers, and I want to talk about this whole. Um, I want to talk about this problem because it is definitely a problem that is seriously affecting our game. And I kind of want to think. I want to thank where is he? Brian Castellanos. I want to thank Brian Castellanos because he came in and some people might know right now I'm actually really hurting for rusty mechanical parts. I only simple mechanical parts, not rusty. Sorry, I need simple guys. So I'm really hurting for simple mechanical parts, and he was gonna offer me a bunch of rusty mechanical parts. Sorry, I need simple in exchange for some malachite ore. Um, and I asked him, okay, cool, I'll do that. How much do you want? And then he said, how much do you want to give me? And you know what? That right there is a huge that's like a huge thing about the game right now, where we are in the game. um and I do want to bring up the topic about scamming and how we can stop scamming, because I know a lot of people are looking towards Epic Games. They're looking at Epic Games saying, what are you going to do about this? How are you going to fix this? And honestly, guys, I don't think this is something that Epic Games should need to fix. It's not something that is what's it called? It's not something that they have to implement in the game to correct the problem. And by this I mean we can kind of do it ourselves. Now, yes, it is possible, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, you know what? Um I can they could implement, they could implement a trading system, kind of like the best way that I could associate it is something like RuneScape. In RuneScape, for a long time, you had a trading system where you could get scammed very easily, and then they made like a two-tiered trading system where you put up what you were trading, other person would put up what they're trading, you both had to accept and then accept again. So you could kind of see, okay, this is how I'm offering, this is what I'm doing, and it worked really, really great in creating a fair market, and then, of course, for those who have played RuneScape, you know that the Grand Exchange came around and just completely destroyed all that. But it did keep the market system alive. So something like that could be implemented in this game. There could be a central um, exchange house where you can put up your things for auction or you can sell them to them and things like that. There could be something like that. There could also be a trading system where you could see what both people's trades are and then you could offer things like that. But what I don't think is good, and what I highly recommend to you guys not to do, is don't buy. It's especially don't buy materials with real world money. And by that I mean, don't go to some site or don't go somewhere and be like, hey, you know what? I'll give you this much money for this, or or someone selling you stuff. It's not really that important. And yes, I did see what just went on. Don't worry, guys. We'll talk about it in a bit. Um, so I don't think that's the solution. I don't think that's the solution to this problem. Equally, and this is the biggest thing that I want to say about this. Um, what I want to say about this is, and please understand that I understand my position. I understand the fact that I am not playing this game like most people do. I have already invested a very large amount of money into the game. Please also understand the reason why I do this, because this is my job. Making videos, streaming is my job. So I do have to invest money into my job to be able to make money. That's just how things work. So I do look at a lot of the purchases that I make when I buy V-Bucks or, leveling up the stuff. I do look at it as, a I do look at it as an investment. You know, I do look at it as that. So when I see, you know, when I see the problem that we have right now in the game, when I see the problem we have right now in Fortnite, my biggest solution that I could tell you guys, and again, I know that this is going to be to sound very very harsh, maybe, is if you don't want to get scammed, don't trade. Okay. Um, the reason that I can say this is I can take the example and show you guys the example of other people who are playing this game much better than me. Other people who are putting much more effort into the game, much more time into the game. Um, well, maybe they're putting in smarter effort than me, but they are putting more time into the game as well. And there's people like Lois Lettuce, like Dizzy, like Ricky, and other people who have not purchased. I don't think they've purchased the limited or unlimited packs. So one of the biggest things we have in the game right now is a Nocturno. Okay, so when people go and they want Nocturnos, and they want to trade you for a Nocturno. And what I tend to do is when someone wants a Nocturno, I tell them, hey, give me, you know, 30 the sturdy mechanical parts and 11 malachite and a power cell, or give me 15 gunpowder, 30 sturdy parts, 1 power cell, and 11 malachite for a Nocturno. And I make them a Nocturno with the stuff they give me. It doesn't cost me anything, just a little time to make it and to give it to them. I know that there's people out there charging people to make it and like raising the price in that, and that's just a free market kind of concept. That's not, you know, that's not scamming or anything like that. But if you do put down your items, if you do put down your materials, you are opening yourself up to someone taking them from you, and that is not good either. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault but the person who does scam. So yes, scamming is wrong, and I don't approve it, just like I don't approve of it. Someone asked earlier today in the stream, hey, is it okay for me to scam someone who scammed my friend? And I have to say to that, no, it's not right to do something wrong to someone because someone else did something wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right, you know. It doesn't make sense either. So no, I don't agree with that either. But the reason why I say if you don't want to get scammed, don't trade, is because this game is a fantastic game. This game is a game that gives you the capacity. You don't have like AP or action points or, you know, limited amount of time that you can play this game. You can literally sit at your computer, at your PS4, and you can play this game 24 hours straight and the game doesn't stop you. Now that's not good either. But the game will not stop you from playing non-stop. And if you notice, the missions never go away. Look at all these missions. I could go through and I could do every single one of these missions. And by the time I'm finished doing every single one of these missions, there'll be a bunch of new missions again. I could go through and just focus on doing the ones with the little storm, because those have like the extra, like, see the ones that have that the extra little like watch next to it, they give me extra rewards. So I could go through and I could do every single one of these over and over. Like that one has, look at that one has an epic transform key. I could go through and do every single one of these 130 firecracker tickets. I'm trying to find one that has V-Bucks, because sometimes these give you V-Bucks as well. Lightning in the bottle, lightning in the bottle, lightning in the bottle. 120 firecracker tickets, that's beautiful. Lightning firecracker, 110 firecracker tickets. Okay, so if I were to go through and just do the ones that have firecracker tickets, I give myself almost 500 firecracker tickets. Which I'm gonna, there it is, yeah, definitely 500 firecrackers, which is definitely something really awesome. And sometimes you'll even have some that give you V-Bucks. The reason why I say this is, if you play the game a lot, you're going to progress through the game. As you progress through the game automatically rewards you with stuff. It rewards you with V-Bucks so you can actually pull. And pulling means that you have a chance of getting really, really awesome stuff in the game, really awesome schematics, and then you don't need to trade with people asking them for a Nocturno and stuff, because guess what? You're already going to have a much better weapon. You're going to have awesome weapons. Probably by the time you guys watch this video, the Dragon Roars are no longer going to be around, but the Dragon Roar is an amazing weapon. And guess what? The only way that you can pull for it is by opening Spring Llamas, and the only way that you can get Spring Llamas is by getting Firecracker tickets. And right now you can kind of get as many Firecracker tickets as you want. Join up with friends, do their missions for Firecracker tickets, then you guys do your mission for Firecracker tickets, and onward and onward. You can organize yourself very well. You can get a ton of Firecracker tickets, and you can pull. It just means how much time you want to invest in the game. Yes, a big part of, you know, pulling and opening llamas is luck, because you don't know what perks you're gonna get, but it's still there. The chance is still there. And if you guys haven't seen my video, I do have a video where I compare a Siege Breaker to a Nocturno. The Siege Breaker is Miss Lois's. She doesn't have the Ultimate Edition. She doesn't have the Nocturno schematic, and she has a weapon as good, if not slightly better than mine. Okay, amazing. So, and she did that just by grinding the game, just by playing the game. So the other thing I've been hearing a lot is people come to my stream where people say to me, I just spent 3 hours going around farming, you know, 10 malachite, 20 malachite, because someone said they were going to make me Nocturno, and then they scammed me and took my stuff. I would have to say then, you could use those 3 hours to level up in the game. You could use those 3 hours to progress through the game, or go through and get Firecracker tickets right now to be able to open the event. I'm sure that there's going to be another event coming after this one, and another one after that, and there's constantly better and better weapons. So there's so many different ways to avoid the scamming problem, or even if we choose to fix the scamming problem. So yeah, so definitely I would have to say it's very important to that, you know, very important to try and correct the problem ourselves. You know, we can't expect Epic Games to go ahead and do this for us, because their game does not, even though the game enables it and it is possible to do it, you know, it is something that we can fix. So, you know, it is something that we can do. We can change for ourselves. And like I said, the biggest thing I can say, if you don't want to be scammed, either wait for Epic Games to create a trading system, or simply don't trade with people. You know, try not to do that, and also please try not to scam other people too. You know, just because you were scammed, it doesn't make it right if you want to scam someone else to get your stuff back. You know, hurting someone else because you were hurt is not the best thing. But anyway, that's just my opinion on the matter. I wanted to talk about this because it is something that constantly gets come up, and a lot of people do, you know, kind of bring up and say, hey, you know, what do? I got scammed, can you help me? And I will try and help anyone I can, and I won't scam anyone. If someone gives me materials to make them something, I would gladly make them for them. But I would also have to say, I think you would be much better off, instead of farming for those materials, spending the time progressing to the storyline, spending the time trying to get ahead, so that you can get a chance to get much better weapons too, and much stronger. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I am DUJ2. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.